Hey everybody, hello. Hello, hello. How are you? Good to see you guys today. How's it going? This is Kelly. If you're brand new here, my name's Kelly. Welcome to the studio. This is Girl Upcycled. This tonight is going to be part two of the texturized layered finish. I'm going to turn my sound off over here. Got my computer next door, right next to me. Hello, hello. Okay, so it seems like I got a little bit of anybody else have this problem? Seems like I highlighted my hair today, unbeknownst to me. Liquid Sunshine highlights in my hair. So there's that. I just found that right before I hit the live button. I was like, ooh, what is in my hair? It's pink. Well, lucky for me, this can come out. So, hi, Deborah. Deborah, I love what you're doing, girl. I need to talk to you on the side at some point. Anyway, back to the hair. So I think I'm going to pull it back. What do y'all think? Love the sunshine in my hair. I know, right? It felt kind of funky. I couldn't figure out what was going on. All right. So anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So this is what we're doing today. I'm going to go over real quick what I used, just real fast, so you kind of know the layers and everything that I did, just in case you end up liking this and want to give it a try yourself. You guys, this is so much fun and it is so easy. I hope that my feed is okay. If not, somebody let me know. So the first coat that I used was Old Skool, and I just got a ton of inventory in. I'm all stacked up. I'm all stocked up on everything. I think everything is in except for the clear Salvation solution, but everything else is in. I do have the white solution if you need that. Hi, Marlis. So Old Skool, I used that on the base coat, and that is what I covered on the vinyl here. And I'm going to do another coat on this seat. I won't do it with all of you tonight just because it's just nothing special I'm doing. I'm just putting it on here. It's very pixelated. Okay, let me see if I'm going to jump off. I'm downloading a video. I don't know if it's going to mess me up, but let's. Hold on. Hopefully it'll be okay. Is it all right? You guys let me know, because I'm actually downloading a video that should be up. I'm going to try to get it up maybe tomorrow night. It's taken forever. It's an edited video. Anyway, so Old Skool was the very first one that I used. That is the base color that I have on here. So typically it's just like when I create art, I typically like to go with my deeper colors, and I work forward into the brights, lighter and brighter as I come forward. So that's kind of the same thing of what I'm doing here. Hi, Karen. Is it okay now, everybody? The picture? I hope so. All right, so then my next colors, you guys, that I use, I have Salty Kiss, which is this one. And you'll have to look at my video from, 2 days ago, where I showed you how I applied this. This is Salty Kiss. Hello, Michelle. Salty Kiss. If there's anything that you guys are wondering about too, Michelle can always help answer questions. The next color I have Firestarter, which is this one. And you guys already know I use Liquid Sunshine because it's in my hair. You can also use that for highlighting your hair, and it'll just wash right out. So there you go. Liquid Sunshine. Look how bright that is. But here's the thing, you guys. Here's the key to this layered, texturized thing. When you are doing layers like this, be bold. Don't be afraid to be bold, okay? Because we're going to be going over this with our top colors, which will be our focal colors. All of this craziness that we see right here is just kind of a setting for the underpainting or the background. Okay, so little peaks of that's going to be showing. So don't freak out, be bold, grab those bright colors and put them on there. Look how pretty this one is, you guys. This is Blue Iris, beautiful cobalt, right? All right, so those, I think that covers all of them, okay? So my next layers, for right now anyway, so we can always change our mind. I'm going to be using mint chip. Hi, Sally from Southern Ohio. It's getting a little, whoops, getting a little thick there. This is mint chip. We'll be using that one. My favorite color in the world. Do y'all know what this is? Who knows my favorite? Old 57 is always my favorite. It's my first love. So I'm always partial to a first love, right? This is my first love. All right, so those are the two colors I'm going to be using today. And I want to show you different things that you can use to apply. Michelle says I want to. Okay, here's some things you can use to apply. If you want a softer look, you can use a brush. Okay, you could use your little blending brush if you want real soft layers. Okay, if you want more texture, but you want soft texture and soft layers, you can use these little, they're Catalyst is what they're called. And you can use this. This will give a very similar texture like a knife would, but only it's going to be a bit softer. If you like a more of a texturized and rough and you want to be able to scrape down, then you're going to want to use the regular knives, which are metal. So if you have a very heavy hand, you do want to be careful if you're using the metal ones, that if you're scraping down in, that you're not going down into the wood unless you do it knowingly. That could be a cool thing too. Another little piece that I use is the handheld, the palm Catalyst. They're kind of like squeegees, is all they are. So that's what we're going to start with. And I think go ahead and I think I'm going to start with this first just to see what happens. And let me pull you in so you can see. Is the picture working a little bit better now? I hope. So here's the key to this too, guys. You want to touch this very, very soft and light. Okay, so I'm just barely even touching that wood. And this is mint chip. I don't know if you can see what I just did there. Any questions? Have y'all used this? Have you done this before? Let's go up here. Notice I changed my camera. That's why I'm hoping this will work okay, because it's something new they're doing it to where I can use my phone. So I'm just very lightly pulling that across. You see that? Very, very lightly. Now, if you want to, with these little, I call them little hand art squeegees, but they're called Catalyst, you can scrape with these too. See that? And pull it. And it kind of softens your lines up if you don't like it. You see how soft it is there compared to over here? So there's no right or wrong way. It's just whatever kind of floats your boat kind of thing, right? And let's go in with the metal ones so you can see what the metal looks like. right next to each other. So you can see there's more texture. And with this, when you scrape with these metal ones, you're going to scrape down in through. You're going to scrape down in through all those colors, right? You see the difference in the texture between this one and here? I don't know if you do. This is softer, and this is a little bit more texturized, and it scrapes down a little bit harder. So anyways, that's all we're going to do for this top layer, guys. We're going to scrape in. Have you guys tried this before? If you have, do you like it? Do you have trouble with this? This is a really great technique to do on a piece that maybe has a lot of damage to it, and it's seen better days, and you don't know what to do with it, but it has, like, this is a cute little bench, right? It has character, but wasn't really in the best shape. I mean, it wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best. Okay, any questions that I missed? Looks like Karen got it. Old 57. Picture is great. Wonderful. Boy, I like to hear that. All right. Let me just pull it up so you can really get in there and see. I don't know which one I like better. I actually use this one quite a bit on furniture because it's larger, but it doesn't fit too well in the little tubs that I'm using. I'm just using the 8-ounce tubs right now, so that's why I'm just using the knives with the handles. We're just going to keep scraping. This is the fun part, you guys. Like I said, just don't ever think this part. Remember, with the DIY paint, it's clay-based, so you can actually let this dry. And if you get too much applied, you can wet distress to pull some of that off, which is kind of fun. So I think this is going to end up being a 3-parter because I am actually going to, I think I'm going to do some artwork on the seat of it. Big squeegee. I know, I love it. She's talking about the handheld. I use this all the time on the big furniture pieces. You can see how loved it is. That's all paint stain. All right, so next is my favorite. I'm gonna go, let me see if I can go right over top. Feels like this is kind of already dry. I'm gonna go ahead and start dragging this across. But as you can see, all of those beautiful, yummy, yummy colors are peeking through. And you can cover as much or as little as you would like when you're doing this. Like if you wanted a little more subtle, and as far as the texture goes, then you're going to cover more. Okay? If you like the texture and all the colors, then you're going to leave some more of that bottom exposed. Like I said, there's no right or wrong way. It's just kind of what makes you happy, or your customer happy, for those of you that are in the business. Looks like my light went, whoops. There we go. I'm going to pull my light a little closer. Looks like it got dark on me all of a sudden. Any questions? I'm excited. I think it's going to be pretty. It's going to be different. I will end up putting, well, you can either do like a hard coat on this, and then you could always do waxes over top of it. So more than likely, I'm going to at least apply waxes to it, okay? I haven't decided whether I'm going to put the hard top on it. I haven't decided yet, so we will just go ahead and applying this. And if you notice, I'm going right over top, even though I just painted that. It is soft. That first layer is soft enough to where if I wanted to, it's not really mixing as far as colors go, but it's soft enough to where I can scrape it. But there is no end to this, you guys. You can really have a lot of fun with this. This makes a really cool background for those of you that are sign makers too. Okay, you put hard top over wax. No, ma'am. You put your hard coat on, which is called big top. You're going to put that on first, and that will seal it. And then you put your waxes over top. Your wax is supposed to be your last thing that you always do, okay? Does that make sense? So think of it as you know, it's greasy, right? It's wax, so it has a greasy kind of consistency. So anything that is waxy or greasy should always be last. So what I'm doing now, as it's drying, I'm just scraping it again, and I'm picking some up on my knife, and I'm smearing it back down. Kind of cool because it is made of clay, so it does have that really cool thick consistency as it dries. So you're just going to work it until you get that texture and consistency. So there is kind of the after. I'm probably going to cover a little bit more maybe. Now, something else you can do if you want it to be a little bit smoother. Let's see what happens if we do it with a little bit of brush. You can dry brush a little bit over it. I'm just tapping into the lid and dipping into with my little blending brush. You're really just playing at this part. You're just playing around with it. I'm doing a little dry brushing almost. And that's going to help tone it a little bit. And I just kind of like to play around back and forth with the textures and the colors really until I'm happy, really. So it's just simple as that. 57 just makes everything better. It does. Thank you, Technique. I know I just said your name wrong again. Gotta go. Thanks. Fun technique. It is. And it'll look different when I'm completely done because I will be using the waxes. So those waxes really give it a completely different look. So I want this to look like it has been painted many, many years and layered and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go through that little crazy point, right? So let's see, I'm gonna put this on a plate so I can get to it a little bit better. I'm gonna go back to my mint chip. And start layering underneath. So when you're doing this, think about your main color. So those of you that really just like the neutrals, the whites and grays, you can still have neutrals. Okay? You can still create this as a neutral. In fact, those of you that are the painters, professional painters, and you have shops, this is a great way to use color and introduce color to your clients that normally just like the white and the grays, but you can have those little pops of colors popping through that white and the gray, and they'll soon be your new fans of color after they see, right? I'm going to try to do it kind of quick through here. That's where I need to have my big squeegee. We'll get stuff done pretty quick. Big squeegee. Like I said, I use this one quite a bit on my furniture because it's fast. Notice I can go up and down too. You don't always have to go with the grain. So, okay, I'm going to get a harder one and scrape that back a little bit. Scrape some of that. Just be careful you don't scrape into the wood. If you have any questions at all, gang, make sure you let me know. Over top of it with my favorite Old 57. So you're just really kind of like your icing a cake here. You guys want to make sure if you are not already subscribed to my YouTube channel, you want to make sure that you subscribe because I have a really nice edited video coming out. Probably tomorrow sometime, and it's kind of a nice one. Lots of tips in that one coming up. See how that's a little bit softer? And I'm not going to put too much thought into this part because this is where the seat goes, right? I have a cushion that goes here, so I'm not going to like spend too much time right here on this one. Kind of messy. Between those spindles. You can layer back over top of it too, because I do like some of that light mint popping through. Oh, it's looking so good. It is so funny. You guys tell me if you have this. It's so funny to Rainbow Cake. Hey Angela, how are ya? It's so funny when I'm doing this stuff and people walk in, especially the men. Sorry guys, if there's any guys out there watching, but they kind of look at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Trust me, you can love this when it's done." And then the next time they come in, if they see it, they're like, "Oh my gosh, that doesn't look anything like what I thought it was going to." I'm like, huh? We're going for that aged, chippy. This thing has been painted through the years. We want to give it a story, right? The spindles, you may want to use your, you may want to dry brush it with the pixie brush. Let me grab my pixie. Let me grab my pixie. So that's clean. Hi, Catherine. Oops, sorry, I didn't need to bump y'all along. So it's still going to look different, even when I get this. I don't know if I'll have time to wax this any. Renovations are getting more exciting. Yes, it is. Exciting is the word, right? But it's going to look really different too when I get the waxes on it. So waxes are like, right? So when you're using the brush, I kind of want it to be do it fast. Don't overthink it. Side. See how I'm dragging the side of it rather than the top of the bristles. So cute. This will be perfect for a mudroom, an entranceway, anything like that. Ooh, I just threw some. Let me just work on these spindles real quick. I'll just try to work on the front of it mostly for you guys so you guys can see. I'll come back and do the back tomorrow when I get in here. Okay, that was good. Let's set that aside. I am going to grab my little knife and now I'm going to throw in the old 57. Hi, Julianne. How are you, my friend? Judith, hello. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Love seeing all those familiar names and faces popping up. It's always so nice. And I keep going back and forth. I mean, there's sometimes I want it a little softer and sometimes I want the texture. So I just kind of bounce back and forth with all my tools. So I kind of, that's what I recommend for all of you. And have all of your tools. Think of them as toys. When you were young, right? You wanted all the toys. right? All the toys had to be out because you didn't know which ones you might need. So, no difference. There's no difference. And I do have a really big metal knife. It's almost like like an icing, something you would ice a cake. That's not really what it is, but it kind of looks like that. All right. Start scraping. Ooh, good. Looks like I scraped down just a tad bit right there, too far. So do be careful with these wooden ones. Maybe I better, if you have a heavy hand, you want to use these. A little bit softer. You just want to kind of like you're smoothing some icing on there. I don't know why. It's always a food reference, isn't it? Oh, that looks pretty. Oh, really? Yeah. Everyone tells me they hate painting chairs, but you love it. Yeah, because your name was My Vintage Chairs. I used to hate it, and I actually don't mind it too much now because I'm doing more artwork on it. Right? And then we're just gonna scrape it, scrape it, scrape it. I love this color so much. So if you can see it, I'll try to give you guys a little close up too before I get finished, because it's really putting in some really yummy texture. We're gonna do yummy. I do say so myself. I said you can scrape it. All that color is just popping through though. It's so fun. So I'm thinking about some florals for the seat. What do y'all think? Too much? Or more is more? That actually did a really nice job on the spindles, this little spatula I'm using. Love it. Scrape that a little bit more. See how it just does a really nice job of scraping. Now, like I said, if it covers too much, like if I think that covered a little bit too much, I can come in tomorrow, reactivate it and just, pull some of it off, or I can scrape down more right now. So you have options. Oh, it's cute. This color just makes me happy. So I don't know if you can tell, the old school that I used, remember that was my first layer? All of the shadows that you're seeing now, those dark shadows, is because I used that old school, which is that darker color. So it's doing its job just as I planned. Get in between these spindles. And I may even dry brush a little bit just to get in there a little bit better. But it's basically really just layering it. Layer, layer, layer. Until you are content and happy with it. I'm trying to work fast because we're on video and I know y'all don't want to be here till midnight. Well, maybe you do. I don't. Let's see. Did I miss anything? Hi, Lindsay. She says, I just popped on. Wow, it's really looking different from the last video. It looks awesome, and more is more. Amen, sister. You're my kind of girl. Angela says, Old 57 is my first and favorite as well. It should be Mermaid's Take. LOL, but Old 57 is fabulous. Yeah, right? Thanks, Fallon. All right. So this is basically what you're going to continue to do. Let me add some down here. I won't do all the legs tonight with you. I'll let you guys have your leg back. But you can really have fun with this, guys. Really have fun with it. This is when you can use all those yummy favorite colors that you have, right? So that's the gist of it, gang. Are there any questions? Sunflowers in your... Ooh, Karen. Oh, do I have paint on me? Look, you guys, look at this. So I have Liquid Sunshine in my hair and Old 57 on my head. It's like war paint, right? So funny. Have to go back and see what I missed, right? Oh well, little paint never hurts anyone. Morning glories. Okay, so what do y'all think I should paint? Like I said, I think I'm going to do florals on the cushion. I'm thinking, let me just see. I'm thinking about, I know that's wet, but it's okay. I'm thinking about leaving this old school and then doing the florals over top of the old school background, possibly. So I could change my mind, but that's what I'm thinking. So, but you guys, let me know if you have questions about it. Easy, easy, easy. You guys can so do this. Anybody can do this. It's so fun, so beautiful. Like I said, you'll get the waxes on. It'll change again. It'll look completely different when you get your waxes on. So make sure you tune in for the third video for that. Maybe I'll do the waxing and some florals on the third one, okay? And make sure, if you have not subscribed already, make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit the little bell so you get notifications. And I do have an edited video coming up in the next day, and it's going to be a good one. So I hope you guys come back and watch that video, and hope you learn lots, okay? And meanwhile, I'm going to go wash my face. So bright and beautiful. I agree that sunflowers would look great. Or boho flowers. Yeah, it's got to be boho. It's got to be. Love the chippy look, says Patricia. I'm just waiting if you guys have any last minute questions. All of the links, Michelle has been dropping the links so that you guys can try this for yourself. I have a ton of the sample size tubs, would be perfect for this kind of a finish, okay? Perfection. So So if you have hello, Christine. If you have something that's beaten up and looking kind of shabby, try this finish. All right, I'm gonna get out of here, guys. I'll see you guys soon. Tune in for my edited video for tomorrow. It'll be hitting YouTube tomorrow. I hope you enjoy it. You should get a lot out of that one too. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Get out there, get painting. I want to see what you make, okay? Bye, everyone.